Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Empower Her Wellness. I'm sorry you've been away for some time now. We had the Diwali celebrations, and then I was traveling a little bit, and it was my partner's birthday. So everything just, was a little busy last week. So, anyway, I'm back with a very interesting topic, something that I really worked on myself in the last week. A huge revelation. And I feel so much lighter, after that. There was a point where I think I was kind of getting lazy to make videos, and I understood from where that was coming. Uh, so, yeah, lots to share in today's episode. So, let's begin. So, have you ever felt insecure in your relationship? Even though nothing is actually wrong, like a part of you is terrified of being replaced. So today I'm sharing a memory from when I was 7 years old that secretly shaped every relationship in my life until now. So recently something very specific was triggered by my twin flame. He was planning a trip to visit his family, and I was really not included in the plan. Even if I was going, I was not a part of the plan. So suddenly my heart just went into panic. I felt left out. I felt unchosen. It just felt like someone else somewhere was just more important than me. Like I didn't feel important, I didn't feel prioritized. It just felt so disheartening. And a part of me, it just knew that this was not a today feeling. Like, I mean, come on, we are adults, and you do you, I do me, and we just live our lives. But it just, the pain, the way it stung me, I knew it was an old wound that was speaking. And when I was just processing this, the timing was actually divine because my partner was conducting an inner child workshop, which I happened to attend, like as a participant or just to spend some time with him. I had just joined him for it. And I've had this very uncomfortable feeling on my back, like something like a stabbing kind of a pain, every time I went and sat beside my partner. Then everybody, the participants there, they're like, oh, it's on the right hand side, back and on the right hand side. So maybe a masculine has betrayed you, or you felt betrayed by a masculine. And I didn't know what was happening. Like, I tried to work through it, but the pain was intense. So he just took me on the like the regression chair, and my whole body just got so activated with this upset. So we decided to just explore it. So, and that very moment, he just said, where, like, how old were you when you first felt this or something? And I regressed into a memory that I didn't even know existed. Now, when you all listen to this, you'll be like, Suchi, this is so minute, but it had such a huge impact on your life. So, yeah, so what happened? Uh, as soon as he asked that, like, who inside me is feeling this way right now? How old are you? And the moment he asked, I closed my eyes, and I was 7 years old in my grade two. That little Suchi who had that short hair, tiny shoes, wearing her uniform. And I had just come back from receiving an award. Like I was among the top three rankers. We would have this proficiency award ceremony every year. So I just graduated from that, and I was all happy and all full pumped up. I just come back to class, and my benchmate was a guy. Okay, so here's where the story begins. Uh, I come back, and as soon as I come in, he is like, I finished your classwork, submitted your notebook, and I've used your crayons. And when I open my bag, I find extra set of crayons, which are not mine as well. So I'm like, in my head, I'm confused, and I think he read my face or whatever. And then he goes like, yeah. And then when you were not there, the other girl was sitting here by me. We were doing things together and all of that. And I don't know what got into me. I just went into a shock. I think that little child, she felt betrayed. She was like, he opened my bag in my absence, touched what was in mine without asking. And the girl was also still sitting there, like he confessed. And then she very earlier, she wouldn't visit our bench. After I came back, she very conveniently came, sat beside him. They were laughing. Like she belonged there, like maybe I never did. In that moment, my little inner child, it formed a postulate, like a very strong postulate that said, if I'm not there, someone else will take my place. And that fear, believe me, it followed me everywhere, like everywhere. I struggled to trust women. I'm being very honest here. I didn't know this pattern existed in me, but I struggled to trust them. I felt threatened around my partner's female friends. Also, funnily, I couldn't get along with my guy best friends, their wives or girlfriends. And somewhere I think secretly I lived in silent competition with other women. Not because they did anything wrong, because my that little 7-year-old inner child, she always kept whispering into my ear that, look, she's sitting in your seat. She will replace you. You're easy to forget. And, even when I always believed I was protecting the relationship, but actually, I was fighting for my sense of belonging. It was never about the masculine or the other woman. It was, my own deepest fear of being easily replaced, being abandoned, being rejected, about, just mattering only when I'm physically present, about feeling like my place in love is very fragile. So when I finally had that breakthrough, I went and met the inner child, and she told me, she was like, you know, Suchi, I wasn't jealous. I was just scared I wouldn't matter if I wasn't right there. So I just hugged her and I whispered, you always have a place in love, a safe place in love. Your seat is yours only. No one can take your place. So then I felt the anxiety soften. The feminine me, the feminine in me, she finally exhaled. Like, I cannot tell you how liberated I feel. Like, that was a super duper breakthrough in my life. I've never exhaled with so much peace. Like, I felt so secure, so free, like freedom, just freedom. I didn't have to watch out for anything, be on that watch, be on that vigil all the time. No, I just relaxed, knowing it's safe. I'm safe. No one can take my spot. I'm safe. So, yeah. So, ladies, if you've ever been called insecure or insensitive, please remember, it's not a flaw, it's a wound that was formed when you were very young. You were too young to understand what was happening. Your little inner child formed these postulates that are silently reflecting in your world today. And the inner child healing is how we break these patterns. We stop reliving these old fears. We stop mistrusting love. We become secure, grounded, confident, and finally we reclaim our place in love. So, this work, it just changed everything for me. Like, I don't feel abandoned anymore. I don't feel rejected. Like, I feel so secure. Like, I cannot tell you how nice this feels. And yeah, definitely it continues to change, my relationship from inside out. So, yeah, let's just do this quickly. Put your hand on your heart with me and say this: my place in love is safe. I'm not replaceable. Even in my absence, love remembers me. I belong. Thank you for holding space for my story today. If this touched your heart, if you felt seen, comment, I claim my place now. And if you feel your inner child is calling too, I offer these one on one inner child healing sessions to help you release these old fears, something so minute that might be projecting in a very big way in our lives, and we still don't realize that the roots are ingrained in the inner child. You know, just come, release these old fears, and finally feel safe in love again. You can reach out to me through Instagram or email. I'll put all the details in the description. Together, we are helping every little girl inside us feel safe again. All right, this is Suchi signing off with so much love. Until next time. Bye bye.